Peter was watering the garden when the flower pot next to him suddenly shook. He carefully walked over to check. The pot itself was fine, but on the otherwise flat lawn, a small section had sunk. His wife nervously explained that maybe too much water had loosened the soil. But Peter felt something was off. He didn't believe it was that simple. Seeing his suspicion, the wife grew upset, turned around, and walked away. The next morning, Peter noticed the wooden planter had shifted farther from where it was yesterday. He brought out a measuring tool, and just as he expected, the angle between the planter and the ground showed a clear tilt. Something beneath had definitely been dug out. On the third day, Peter came home from work earlier than usual. The moment his wife saw him, her expression changed. She rushed to greet him, but then quickly slipped back inside to prepare dinner. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble. Peter immediately sensed something unusual. For the first time, he glanced at the surveillance camera on the ceiling. He remembered how the neighbor always reminded him to save water, and only then did everything finally make sense. But Peter didn't confront her. Instead, he pretended he had to work overtime for a few more days. Once he left, his wife hurried into the bedroom, shut the door, and opened the wardrobe with excitement, waiting for something. But suddenly, a deafening explosion went off outside. The shockwave threw her to the ground. Terrified, she rushed out, only to see Peter coldly lighting a bundle of explosives. "Die, all of you." The rescue team arrived quickly. Peter claimed he was only blowing up field mice, that it wasn't a big deal. But his wife could no longer hold back. She revealed the truth. The neighbor had secretly dug a tunnel under their house, just to meet her every day. Whenever she was home alone, they would start their lessons on time. But life rarely goes as planned. Peter had recently noticed the soil slanting more and more in the garden. He thought rats were to blame, so he scattered poison around the planter, hoping to catch them. But no rat ever appeared. Instead, the ground sank even deeper. Peter changed his plan. He bought advanced equipment, set it up carefully in the yard, and placed traps underground, smearing peanut butter on top. To mark the spot, he stuck a red flag into the sinking soil. Everything was ready. Peter sat on a chair, waiting. Day after day, he tinkered with the traps, but caught nothing. His wife secretly felt relieved, but she had no idea that disaster was approaching. That day, while Peter was preparing to barbecue, the red flag suddenly shook violently. Peter thought he had finally caught the culprit, but when he lifted the trap, it was completely empty. Frustrated, he looked around, then noticed the camera pointed directly at the neighbor's window. And in that instant, he understood everything.